You know how marksmen aim for the bullseye, but sometimes that target keep moving? Success is just like that, a moving bullseye. Every time you think you're about it, you're dead center, it shifts a little bit to the left or to the right. But that don't stop. Keep steady, focus, and adjust your aim. That's how you get closer every time. So if you feel like you're hustling hard, but your money just disappearing, like your paycheck come on Friday and by Monday you're wondering where it gone, well, you're not alone. Today we're talking about how you, yes you, a young professional in Trinidad and Tobago, can take that money you saved up and turn it into a path to financial freedom. We're aiming to invest and beat inflation. Alright, let's start with the reality of being a young professional in Trinidad and Tobago. You're probably making around 10,000 TTD a month. That's average income here. Sounds nice, right? But then you check up the cost of living and it's like, hold up, how this not adding up? Check this out. The Central Statistical Office says the average monthly spending is about $7,000. That's food, rent, transport, bills. All the basics. But let's keep it real, eh? That data old, 2008, 2009. Nowadays with prices climbing, bills piling, you ever go to the grocery and see a tray of chicken almost double since your last visit? And rent? If you're living up north, half your salary done gone before you even buy a roti. And savings? They say we're supposed to save 30%. That's 3,000 TTD a month. But between bills and the occasional lime, who's saving that? Then there's housing. The average home costs 1.17 million TTD. For somebody making 10,000 a month, that's like 10 times your yearly salary. You could work 10 years straight and still not afford it. It's why plenty people doing joint mortgages or living with family. So, how you supposed to get ahead? Let's set a target, maybe $50,000. So how to save $50,000 when every dollar fighting to leave your pocket? It's all about financial management. And no, I'm not saying stop yourself from a drink and biting into your favorite treat. Life still have to be sweet. But we need to get wise about it. Maybe take the advice of granddad and granny. Measure your waist before you go to a tailor shop. Know your cost before you make financial commitments or investments. And another goldie, don't hang your hat where your hand can't reach. Never live above your means. Back in 2008-2009, the CSO survey suggested we spent 56% of our money on living expenses. Food, rent, transport, utilities. That's about $5,600 on a $10,000 salary. Then 14%, $1,400, goes to fun things like limes, restaurants, and recreation. That's where we can trim. Burn your belly a little. Cook your own pilau instead of it in the food court. Yeah, I know you don't have time, so food prep with friends and family, but make sure and save for we. Look, I know you love all your online shopping. Ladies and fellas, that new PS5 calling your name. But if you cut that fun spending in half, you save $700 extra a month. Add that to your regular $3,000 savings and you're hitting $3,700. In about 13 to 14 months, bam, $50,000 in your pocket. That's enough for a safety net. Say 3 months of expenses, $30,000, and $20,000 to start investing. That's how you move from employee to employee investor. So, you hit your TT $50,000. Big up yourself. Now, what to do with it? First, keep that safety net. $30,000 to cover 3 months if things get tight. Then, with the rest, say $20,000, you can start investing. In Trinidad and Tobago, mutual funds can give you better returns than saving accounts. The local stock market is another option, but it's tricky with recent unfavorable results. They say $25,000 is the minimum to open a brokerage account locally. So you're close with that $20,000, and mutual funds business investments are also viable options. The point is, you're letting your money grow while you're still pulling that salary. That's the employee investor life. Steady income plus growth on the side. Earn while you learn. But here's the thing. Savings accounts, unless against inflation, interest rates here barely hitting 0.05%, while inflation running 2 to 3% or more. Your money shrinking if it's just sitting there. That's why investing matters. Plant that seed now and it'll grow while you're plotting the next step. Business ownership, a down payment on a house, or early retirement. Now, this is where it gets real juicy for those willing to risk it. Becoming a business owner in Trinidad and Tobago? Not a walk in the park. The World Bank says we dropped our 105th place on the Ease of Doing Business Index. You have to deal with red tape, crime, corruption, and a small market. But if you have a solid idea and hustle, the reward massive. Think local, act global now. Maybe you start a business that solve a Trini problem and realize your product or service could soar globally with the help of collective investment and family. It's sky's the limit. Once you take off, your income not tied to a salary. It's about how well your business doing. It's about taking care of your family. Then, when profits rolling in, reinvest and keep your eye on that target. Live life, celebrate. Investing in US stock market has great returns, but you need 10,000 USD, about 68,000 TT dollars, to open a USD brokerage account locally. That's far off with TT $50,000. So maybe start small with local options first, then scale up. The key is to keep investing because saving alone won't cut it, and one day soon come, you're bound to hit that target. So make sure and set one. Young professionals in Trinidad and Tobago, you got this. Start small, stay sharp, and take them calculated risks. Do your homework proper. Find out who running the show and if them real. Like you check mangoes before you buy. Don't spend all your bread in one place. Put just a little bit, not the whole pot, so you don't cry if you lose. Spread your thing like pilau. Mix up the money in different places so one flop don't mash up all. Crypto does move wild, like a Fed going crazy. Be ready for ups and downs quick. Don't get frazzled easy. Check if them legal, not just making style. Make sure they're doing right things right, like you could check the brakes before a downhill drive. Remember, think local, act global, and let's build that wealth together. If you like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your crew. Let's move from employee to business owner investor, one step at a time. Disclaimer, this is just info, not financial advice. Chat with a professional before you invest.